Decepticon vehicles built to destroy planet Earth. More than meets the eye, they're robots in disguise. And the Constructicons combine to form the dreaded Devastator for really big destruction. But the Constructicons unearth big trouble. The heroic Dinobots, Snarl, Slag, and Grimlock. These massive monsters transform into mighty robots. They'll blast those Decepticons into extinction.
Transformers! Robots in disguise.
Transformers Generation 2, Dinobots and Constructicons.
The year is 1993, and Hasbro, coming out of the Diaclone and Generation 1 Transformers line, comes Generation 2 Devastator, also known as the Constructicons. This color is just absolutely awesome and really holds true to most of the modern construction vehicles, even to this day. Taking a look at Long Haul. Long Haul still holds his normal dump truck mode. But as you can see, you can arm him up even with some slight defense weapons within the bed of his truck mode. The transformation is absolutely identical to the Generation 1. There really are no tricks here. Although as you unfold this thing, you can absolutely tell that the colors are very cohesive, and it looks pretty cool with this lighter color of purple throughout the entire robot. Coming up is the leader of the group, Scrapper. Scrapper is a little backhoe or bulldozer, or if some people want to call him, a loader. This loading vehicle still has its articulated shovel and looks very, very nice. It is probably one of the cooler ones of the lot, considering his transformation is extremely simple. And he still looks pretty cool. The next one in the line comes Mixmaster. Mixmaster still retains his normal construction vehicle mode. This mixing truck looks very cool in these colors, even down to the chrome grille. Although as we start to transform this guy, it's clear that he is extremely simple, just like the Generation 1. Although he does no longer have the gimmick of firing the missile out of the front of his forehead, he still is an awesome robot. Next up is Scavenger. Scavenger, being an excavator, is a very, very neat looking backhoe. A lot of people tend to not really like this guy much because of his problems of standing, but he is still one of the coolest ones of the line, especially with his purple jetted through his entire rear bottom torso. This one coming into the line is Bonecrusher. He is a little bitty bulldozer. Although he is yellow and looks kind of crazy, this thing is pretty neat. It still has an articulated shovel, which is kind of nice. But when you get done taking off all the weaponry and transform this guy, it is clear that he is one of the coolest of the entire lot. Last, but definitely not least, comes Hook. Hook is a very, very interesting crane. His crane mode works very well, although a lot of people tend to shy away from this entire set on account of this guy, because his legs tend to get busted, and sometimes he does get broken in half. But he is all in all a very, very nice looking robot, especially after you get done transforming him from his alt mode. But as you can see, the entire group looks awesome together. This band of construction vehicles and construction robots really has a cohesive coloring system here. It really does look nice, and it doesn't really deter from what they're trying to get across with these guys. But enough of their individual robot modes. Let's go into combination mode. Combination mode is very easy. You're mainly transforming every single solitary one back into their alternate modes. Apart from long haul, which you break in half, and the same with hook, everything else primarily is a vehicle. Although Mixmaster pretty much gets broken in half and the front of the cab slammed forward, it really shows how dedicated some of these guys are to pulling off their alternate forms to construct the mighty Devastator. Once you have Devastator completely put together, and then you arm him up, even with his crazy ear gun, which is a remnant of the Diaclone line, it really shows that he is a really cool robot, and really does pull off a nice looking mode. But when you start measuring him up to the rest of the robots, it is clear that he does fit in with your entire Generation 2 line. Although he has never had a Scramble City format, he still fits in very well with the entire line. So I hope you guys go out there and you rush out to the eBays or the iOffers or any other place out there that you can snag one of these purebred Generation 2 figures. They're very good, and I highly suggest you guys do not pass them up. Well, this has been Plasticon, and this has been yet another awesome Generation 2 review. You guys stay tuned, because I have plenty more on the table, and in the bins, and on the shelves to bring at you. Peace out, you guys.